Today, we're going to look at some famous works of art. Antoni, a Spanish architect, designed these two buildings. Can you name that architect? Pause the video here if you want to make a guess. The first building we're going to look at is the Sagrada in Barcelona. Construction began in 1882, and it's still not finished. That's right, it's still being built. It's an enormous church made of limestone, and it's covered with sculptures of plants and animals. Look at the towers. They look like giant trees, with their branches reaching up to the sky. Wanted the church to be covered with colorful tiles, but he died before he could finish it. Even though it took more than 100 years to build so far, it's one of the most visited churches in the world. Every year, over 4 million people come to see it. Let's take a closer look at some of the sculptures inside and outside the church. There are 12 apostles on the side. Do you know who they are? They're the 12 apostles of Jesus Christ. Here they are again, up close. Each apostle has a different face and body type. Look at Peter. He's the one in the middle. He's the only apostle who isn't a Jew. He was a tax collector before Jesus chose him to be an apostle. You can tell he's a tax collector because he's holding a money bag. Now let's look at this sculpture on the outside of the church. It shows the birth of Jesus. Here's Mary. She's kneeling down, and here's Joseph. He's the one pointing to the Star of Bethlehem. These shepherds are so cute. They look like little children. And look how tiny the baby Jesus is. He's lying in a basket. I also love these praying hands. They're so peaceful. Here's another sculpture. This is Saint George, a very important saint in Catalonia. He's a martyr, which means he died for his religion. He's killing a dragon. Dragons symbolize evil, so George is killing evil. This is the sculpture of the Nativity, or the birth of Jesus. It's on the side of the church. Look how big it is. The sculpture is made of limestone, but the eyes and some of the hands are made of marble. Why do you think the artist used marble for the eyes and hands? Well, marble is harder and it doesn't get as dirty as limestone. So the hands and eyes last longer when they're made of marble. The second building we're going to look at is called Casa. It's a house in Barcelona. The owner of the house wanted to remodel it. Made the roof look like a skeleton. Look at the chimneys. They look like bones. Then he painted the roof with bright colors. It looks like a rainbow. Inside the house, there's this huge apartment for rent. Would you like to live there? What about this bathroom? It looks like something from a fairy tale. In the 19th century, rich people liked to show off how much money they had. They would throw big parties with lots of food and drink. It was common to hire singers and musicians to perform for them. Do you think this couple likes classical music or flamenco? Maybe they like opera? I think this painting on the wall is a self-portrait of Gaudí. He looks so proud. His buildings are full of color and life. They have all kinds of plants and animals. He loved nature and he wanted to share his love of nature with other people. He died in 1926, but his buildings are still amazing today. If you want to learn more about famous art, subscribe to the channel. We make videos about art, history, and theory. I'll see you next time.